Hey guys, welcome back. Last time we started BattleTech, and it was rough. There was one bug, which was annoying. No audio in a cutscene. But then cutscene before that and after that had audio. So not really sure what's going on there. But I turned on subtitles so that if there is no sound, then we can at least follow what's going on. Kind of annoying, but we just kind of have to make do. And then yeah, I kind of suck at the game, so that was maybe a bigger rough spot than the audio bug. I'm learning. I did a lot better the second time through the mission. First time through, we just really got wrecked. But we did do better on the second mission. Could do a lot better, but we did do better. I have a general idea of what to do. I'm still learning a lot of things. So I don't know how today's going to go. I probably will suck. Please go easy on me. Or not. It's the internet. I mean, where's the fun in that? And then one quick thing to note before we start. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for today. I am pretty tired, and I got a little bit of a headache. So I kind of want to go to bed early. But this game was a lot of fun when I was playing it yesterday, so there's a good chance that I'm just going to get sucked in and we're just going to do a full stream. Maybe even a longer stream. But I'm going to try to remind myself to see how I feel in the 2.5 hour mark. Because I'm not sure how long the missions take. First mission took a long time, but that's because we were learning things and looking at things, and that's still going to be the case for a bit. But I don't really want to stop in the middle of a mission. So I'm going to have to play it by ear. I might end a lot earlier because a mission might take like an hour and a half and there's like an hour left and I might not want to do another half hour or whatever. But whatever, I'm rambling. Let's just play. I'm on the third mission right now. Well, I mean, I'm counting the first mission as like a tutorial mission, but it's still a mission. What happened in the story? We got our backstory. We were exiled and became a pirate. And then our mentor brought us into a royal house guard position. And there was a coup. And the lady that was to assume the throne. I kind of want to watch this again. Hang on. First among equals. Okay, well, I understood about 60% of that, which is a lot better than yesterday. I just wanted to watch it again because I have a little bit more context on it. But the lady who was to assume the throne, her uncle orchestrated a coup. And as she was leaving the planet to fight another day, got shot down and supposedly died. I'm not fully believing that. And yeah, we are 3 years later, I think. Might have to Google, like, the lore on this.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, right. So, if I remember right, because we had the briefing at the end of the last stream, we gotta destroy... Oh, okay, we gotta destroy the generator to eliminate the turrets. I thought we had to destroy the turrets. Oh. I don't know if we can do this in-game. I did do a little bit of Googling, because there was so much thrown at me. I was, like, lost. People were saying... Yeah, we should turn on this. Because I guess this lets you know what hits what or something. And then this lets you see damage as it happens. And I don't have to, like, keep looking or keep attack and then, like, look at the guy to, like, see the, what damage was done. Right, and if we get so much resolve, +1 bonus to accuracy. Right. Okay, so... where's a good place to position you guys? What is this circle? Oh, is that like maybe my line of sight or sensor range or something? Kind of thinking I should maybe go here. Someone should.
Yes, Commander.
Your light.
Yes, Commander.
Medium. Medium.
Receiving you.
Spider. Jump jet's 8. It's 4 more than what the other number was when we were doing tutorial. Don't know what that means. Oh, okay, so that jump is move, but I can also jump. You might be good there.
Coordinates received.
You are trespassing on Majesty Metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Armor and internal structure. Well, I'm pretty sure I didn't know this. We'll read through it, but I feel like this would have been helpful to know last mission. Displays. The total armor and internal structure of a unit is displayed on its status bar. Hovering over an armor section on the mech readout reveals its specific status level, along with the components it contains. Armor. White bars on the mech readout. When a section's armor is depleted, its internal structure is exposed. Internal structure. Orange bars on the mech readout. Internal structure damage risks a critical hit and the loss of components. When a section of internal structure is destroyed, its components are destroyed too. Yeah, this should have been explained one mission earlier. Facing. Attack angle. Depending on the angle of attack, only certain sections of a mech can be hit. Focus your fire on the same area over multiple attacks to maximize damage. Backshots. Shooting the rear arc of a mech ignores its guarded and cover states. And cover. Oh. Battle mech armor is notoriously weaker in the rear. Target indicator. The ring around the targeted unit grows red to indicate the arc of the attack. The flashing lines and the targeting computer at the top of the screen show which sections are targeted. Whoa, where are you going? I'm pretty sure I wanted you to go here. I'm not sure where you... Okay, cool. That's awesome. You have a bunch of weapons I know nothing about.
Waiting for orders.
You sound like you have lots of health.
What can I do for you?
You do.
Waiting for orders.
Lots of health
Receiving
and
you.
more armor.
Ready for orders.
So you should go straight ahead.
Position confirmed.
What is this plus symbol? Badlands Bino. Units in the Badlands sink only 85% of their normal... Oh, because it's hot, I guess. Okay. PPC. Projector can... Particle projector cannon. Laser. Missile launcher. I should have probably looked at this stuff beforehand. Sniper autocannon. So, okay. So no missiles. Tactical autocannon. Missile launcher. Okay, so you... Maybe should have been over there, because then we can, like... Missile launch... Unknown target... or turn.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Yeah, I want to put my scout here because it's high up, but these turrets are going to be a problem. Precision strike. Take a called shot against a single target at -4 difficulty. I don't know what that means. The target's next initiative is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. Costs 30 resolve. Oh, okay, so there's like super special or special attacks. Vigilance. Gain guarded and entrenched and remove all stability damage. Your next initiative is increased by 1 to a maximum of 5. So
Good to go.
everyone has this? Okay.
I hear ya.
I don't know, maybe we'll send a couple guys here to deal with these turns and a couple guys here to deal with these guys.
On my way.
Wait, do we have turns?
Picked up a blip.
Light shredder turret. That sounds fun. Turret generator. Guessing that's what we need to attack. Turret generator right there. Okay, so yeah, if we can sneak over here, we could probably just... Son of a monkey doodle.
What's up, boss?
Reserve.
Commander.
Okay, Behemoth. Balls.
Ready for orders.
I have to keep moving to keep my evasion, right? How much heat does jumping take? $30 damage per million? Oh, that's what the hell is DFA? The heck is that? Oh, death from above? Maybe? Yeah, problem is none of my guys is going to be in range.
Standing by.
Well, we're not that far in, so we're just gonna... Oh, removes unsteady ends this next turn. Gain guarded, strange attacks in the front, and entrenched. 50 stability. I'm gonna try. I think we lose...
Holding here.
Yeah, it looks like we lost. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Resting my neck.
Sensors impaired, sensor lock.
They've got a lock on me.
What shot a
Damage
missile
is
at me?
minor, Commander.
So missiles can shoot farther than you can see?
Waiting for orders.
Too difficulty to all this unit's attacks until its next activation.
Firing jump jet.
So that didn't seem to or add to my heat.
Acknowledge.
Oh, it's a 20% chance to hit? Dude, did not
Negative
notice that.
damage. I'm showing minor damage.
I don't think we started this very well.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
What's up, boss? Waiting on you, Commander. Orders.
%5 chance? Are you kidding me? 20% chance?
Good to go.
Well, that has some decent chance, at least.
Uh-huh.
So confused. Why is that 15? I guess maybe it's closer.
Special delivery.
We do not have much movement.
I've been sensor locked. They've got a sensor lock on me.
That can shoot really fucking
Can't
far.
take much more of this.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how much damage this guy's already taken.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Reporting internal damage.
I am not using that guy nearly great.
Good to go.
Why are you so low to hit? That is insane. Like, is higher better? Like, minimum range plus 8. 16, 19, okay, so shot modifiers. So I'm assuming higher is worse. Because plus 21 seems pretty damn good if it's a good thing.
I hear ya.
Oh, because I don't have what. Part of the problem. You guys got a lot of help.
Waiting for orders.
Why can't I spin around? Like, I don't understand.
Commander. Moving out.
Like, what are these hit percentages? Like, what is this? Yeah, so this is a +3 and it's at 70. This is a +20, it's at 10. So lower must be better.
Here we go!
Like, what the fucking bullshit is this?
Engaging target.
Like, how am I supposed to hit?
Yes, Commander.
%30%. Like, what?
Firing. Full complement on enemy.
Like, I don't understand. How do I
Negative
improve my
damage.
chance to hit?
Negative damage.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
They've got a sensor lock on me. I took a critical hit. Commander?
45 chance. Like, wow.
On it. I've been sensor locked.
Like, this game does a piss poor job of explaining stuff to you. I'm completely lost. I don't understand. Okay. I like to attack.
Engaging physical attack.
Did I not say shoot? I'm gonna restart.
No damage.
This is fucking dumb. I am like 90% positive I told him to shoot. And he runs up and melees. Like, cool guys, way to explain your game.
Command interface initiated.
Like, it would be nice to know that the turrets could shoot that far.
What's up, boss? On my way.
You are trespassing on Majesty metals metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Location confirmed.
So I'm thinking... So I'm thinking we're gonna pull these guys in, and then I'm gonna have like someone sneak around the back. I'm guessing because I don't have line of sight, I can't see how much help this thing is.
Standing by.
Like it's gotta be like turning 90 degrees has to take like a movement point or something. Because the less I move forward, the more I can turn. I wonder if jump jet's 8 is like my movement. I can move like 8 points of movement or something.
I got a sensor trace. They've got a lock on me.
How do they have a sensor lock? I can't see them. There's no effing way. That makes 0 sense to me. Oh, I think he can move here. That might be a problem. I only have 1 evasion. Seems weird, but alright.
I hear ya. Good to go.
I don't understand. Like, there's a fucking wall there. There's no way they can see. I don't understand this.
What's up, boss? Move order received.
I'm just thinking that evasion, better to avoid the damage than to reduce it.
What can I do for ya? I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Of course, we have our backs exposed, which might be a problem.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
That is such horseshit. How far can a turret shoot?
Barely hit, Commander.
Like, this is horseshit. How far can they shoot? Like, what?
Orders?
Yeah, so the problem is now the guy
I've been sensor locked.
I have sneaking is gonna be seen. What the fuck? Alright, let's just go all the way back, I guess.
Moving on to you, Commander. Sound smart.
It's really annoying that every time I finish
Receiving you.
I finish someone's turn, it's like, hey, it's your turn still. I know that. What is going on? Bull fucking shit! Are the turrets able to shoot across the literal fucking map? Because this is horse shit. This is complete fucking bullshit. Look how far they are. This is such bullshit. Okay, we're just gonna fucking bum rush. Like, this is dumb. And then I'm guessing... Can I melee them? Is that how you handle high evasion guys? Because I'm not gonna hit at 30% with a gun.
Command interface initiated.
So I think this rock here, that's the property line, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
Oh, interesting. The chevrons increase, so this shows me, I guess. Right, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evasion, but I only get 1 here. Oh, and I guess it shows me if I'm going to be covered or whatever that other symbol is. Maybe? Okay, I think I'm understanding some stuff now.
Copy that.
I am slow as balls.
Got it.
False.
You are trespassing on Majesty metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Affirmative.
What? What? Oh, cool! Your back is... What the fuck just happened?
Ready for orders.
What did I just do? What does that do? I think I'm gonna reserve.
What can I do for you? Receiving you.
This is such a stupid idea. It's happening. I probably shouldn't have just went down the road though. A 100 health. 20, 65. You know what? Maybe we're just gonna
Taking the shot.
not take the chance. How? I'm confused. I had 100 health and we do 45, 70, 92, and like we do like 110 damage ish. So how did we only do 70? Well, I guess maybe some missiles missed. I guess maybe that's like some randomness to it.
Good to go. Moving out.
And again, to be safe, we'll just fire over there.
Special delivery. Brought it down, Commander.
Okay, so bum rushing apparently can be a tactic.
Yes, Commander.
So I'm curious. We currently have 6 evasion. Moving here is going to give us 1 evasion. So we should be at
On the move.
7. Okay, so evasion basically resets. So we're currently at 6, and then it doesn't add, it just sets it to 1 or whatever. Okay. Kind of understanding.
Barely hit, Commander.
What's up, boss?
So how do I do death from above? Oh, that's how. 55%. Ooh, that's... I think that's our stability. That's not cool. Maybe we'll try that towards the end of the fight. Kind of see how that works. Okay, so you're in cover, but cover doesn't matter if we melee you. What? What's the black section of R? And also, what the hell is the eyeball thing? Wait, so you're in cover and you have forest? Shoddy. 50% of normal armor. I think we're gonna reserve.
Damage is light.
It still seems like a lot of damage to me. God, we are so slow. I can't attack anyone. Oh my god, I suck. So when it says 30 resolve, is that 30%? right? Because at -4 difficulty, that's good, right? Like, the higher the number we saw on here, the worse it is.
Waiting for orders. You betcha.
30%. Better for other things. Sure, I mean, it looks like we're gonna hit the rock.
Here we go.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Now, So if I melee him, we're gonna move here and have my back exposed to him. So I want to move here and melee him. Can I not? Like, can I not move here and melee him? Like, why am I stuck here? Like, this seems weird to me. I'm gonna save it. Melee test.
Standing by.
Alright, because that's just a normal move. Yeah, we're not gonna... I'm gonna Google this. This seems really dumb that I can only melee from one spot. BattleTech video game. Plus how to melee. If you're in melee range and click a target unit, there's an end move target things you can click on around it to confirm. What? Orientation and melee attack. That might be good. Look for little white arrows on the ground when you're in melee mode before you activate the attack. Yeah, okay, so that's... Well, no, that makes no sense. Yeah, I got arrows here. That's not telling me anything. Click on them to choose where you attack from. What? Oh, maybe because I'm...
On my way.
Not, but if I turn around like that... Cover bulwark. What the hell is that? Just from 20% reduction against ranged attacks to the front and side. What? How did I get that? Sometimes there's only one that's a limit of your movement range. You can also change if you're already at the arm's length. The game seems to be a bit funny about targeting those indicators showing up. If you want to force them to show, hit the V key to cycle through available targets. Use the first selection in the enemy you're looking at as if you aren't keeping V. What the hell are you guys talking about? Forcing melee from a specific direction. There are ways to control this. Apparently I've never done it in game, but remember from a tactics tutorial here. I think after you select the melee target, you get the option to choose the angle of attack. When you click on the unit for the attack, it shows markers around the base that you can click on to change to different... Oh, okay. Maybe this is why we save it. Hello? Escape? Cool, why is... Okay, buttons are just not gonna work. That's cool, this game is fun. So I think I click to attack them, and then I can maybe pick my angle? Becoming friends with the pirate faction will increase your chance to purchase access to black market stores. Well, I am a pirate. Sounds kind of fun. Unused battle mechs into storage to avoid maintenance fees. Sure. Oh, the planet moves. What the heck? I don't remember the planet ever moving. Oh, it's because we
Command interface initiated.
finished loading. Okay, yeah. Because it looks like over here, when I'm over him, I can attack from there. Ah! Ha! Ha! Beautiful! There we go. There had to be a way. That would have been the stupidest thing ever otherwise. I punch you! In the back. Oh god, we're tall. Oh my god!
Hostile eliminated.
How? I'm not complaining, but I don't understand how we did so much damage.
Yes, Commander.
Good freaking god, man. Okay, so for fun... Actually, I'm going to save it again. Oh, balls. Can I just name it again? No, probably not. Melee... Or no. Death from above test.
Good to go.
So this is me just jumping at him, I guess? And I was going to say, as much as I hate to save scum, but let's face it, I save scum quite a bit. If this misses, we're going to try it again. Ah, beautiful. Okay, that's so much more fun now that I understand that.
Roger.
Wait,
Internal structure damage.
I took damage? Why did I take damage?
Orders?
I took structural... Oh, my legs took damage. Oh, yeah. Didn't they say something about, like, that might happen? Wow! Is that because of the death from above? Or is that because of the jump jets? I'm gonna have to maybe try to Google this after. Why can I not pick my angle? I want to pick my angle. So we're gonna do 50 damage, 75%, or 30 at 85. I think I'm gonna take a chance. Fire!
Locking in all weapon systems.
Oh, we didn't move, so we're in equal trouble. What the hell? The Shadow Hawk. I don't understand. Okay, we take freaking forever. Up here is probably better with the trees and the cover. Oh my god, really? Okay, so that gives us 4. Printing also gives us 4. I'm just gonna book it. Why are you running away? Oh, you're going around.
Waiting for orders. Commander.
25 for 8. I think I'd rather go punch you. Kick you in the back. Kick you in the butt.
Locked on for physical attack.
Damn.
Might be some good salvage there.
Oh, there's 2. The mech is not moving.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so you've got a little bit of heat. Heat. Gaining. Heat is built up by firing weapons or other effects. This is shown by the red bar on the mech readout. Effects. Heat buildup can cause internal structure damage and can shut down a mech at higher levels. Shutdown mechs are highly vulnerable to enemy targeting systems. Managing heat. To reduce heat buildup, click the dot next to a weapon in the weapons panel to toggle it on or off. Standing in water or other cooling terrain also helps reduce heat in each round. Yes. I figured that out on my own. Again, this would have been good to know in the previous mission, guys. Like, why are you so late on the tutorial here? Certain weapons like LRMs cause stability damage to a mech. This is shown by the yellow bar on the mech readout. Taking stability damage can cause a mech to become unstable. Unstable mechs lose their guarded state and are unable to sprint, and may even be knocked down. Falling mechs injure their mech warrior and temporarily set them back a step in the initiative order.
Yes, Commander. Copy that.
Yeah, you move fast. Oh, mech is now moving. Oh, he's coming up to play.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I don't really want to be out in the open.
You betcha.
Okay, well, I mean, we're burning up his turn, I guess.
Ready for orders.
Let's go up here. Through the trees.
Waiting for orders.
Objective.
Standing by. Position confirmed.
70%'s not bad. This unit has been maintained in a substandard way and carries only 75% of its normal.
Confirmed.
I hear ya. I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Multi-target. Got a lot. Yeah, overkill. Overkill is the best kill. Oh, we get resolve for taking out
Knocked
that.
out a vehicle.
So now that we have 100 resolve, do we get additional accuracy as well? Naha! Okay, missing. And yeah.
Yes, Commander.
I feel like that's a better angle.
Moving to position.
Oh, it's an ability? Cover and guarded states both provide 40% damage reduction rather than 20% damage reduction. Cover and guarded together provide 60 damage reduction. So that's past, so only certain guys have bulwark? Feel like we're gonna try this. %2 chance. So my understanding, let's do the math. 34, 35, 55, 67, 79, 89, 99. So my understanding is this is going to hit everything. It's just right now we have a 1% chance to hit its head, 17% chance, and all that kind of stuff. So if I aim for that torso, we go from a 20% chance to hit that one particular thing. 33.
Firing all weapons.
Did a lot of damage.
Ready for orders. Roger.
So we're gonna want to move so we have lots of evasion.
Giving him everything I've got.
Wait, he can move back without turning around?
Reporting internal damage.
Oh, he hit my legs, I bet. Oh, he hit my arm. Head is so hard to hit, apparently. Kaboom!
Engaging target.
My arm!
Good to go. Firing.
That did not seem to do much damage.
Good to go. Moving out.
Multi-attack. Sure?
Got it.
So
Like
that's
that?
that's twice now where we did a multi-attack and we only attacked the first guy. Ow! 45 was a lot of damage.
Damage minimal.
Are you sure? Because I feel like he almost took my arm out. Yeah, it's gonna... Alright, fine. I don't know how that's minimal damage.
Good to go.
Wait, can we even do it?
Commander,
Yeah, we're doing it again. Death from above 2.
receiving you.
Jump attack using piloting skill to hit. More is evasive. Hits removes guarded. Deals significant damage and stability damage. Attacker incurs leg damage and stability. Oh, okay, so we always take it. That's not going to be good. I'm assuming the dot means it's being blocked. Which works, because, I mean, I'm supposed to take that out. Oh, let's find out.
Move order received.
Oh, okay, so if we hit both, they should take it out.
Firing.
Oh, okay.
Target destroyed.
I was gonna say, both did hit, but we didn't take it out. Seemed to be delayed there. Oh god, he didn't like that.
Damage minimal.
Okay, again, you say damage minimal, but... Yeah, I feel like he did, he done messed us up pretty good. Overkill. Overheat? Fine, we'll just use our lasers. That we can't aim worth crap. Dude, we've like taken this guy's armor out and like no health damage. Like, it's a little ridiculous.
What's up, boss? Affirmative.
Oh, I guess we could have tried the death from above. So you don't seem to be gaining any heat, interesting enough.
That hit something good. Waiting for orders.
Do we do it? Oh, it doesn't... Oh, I don't think we can jump far enough. That's a little disappointing. What is S laser? Like small? Yeah, small laser. Go for the head! Sensors impaired. Did we actually hit the head? I think one of them hit.
Commander?
We curb stop him. Yeah.
On the move. Targeting for physical attack. Reporting critical hit.
Still alive? Dude, just die. We're gonna quarter you. We're gonna take out your leg. Of course, we actually have to hit.
Receiving you.
You're like none of your weapons heat? No, there is heat. Why are you like not gaining any heat on your
What can I do
gauge?
for you?
Stop him. Stomp his leg.
Acknowledge.
Okay, that's not
Double
stopping.
back to our client's platform. The sooner we can collect our pay and break orbit, the better.
Seriously, after we've done like 3 called shots in this one mission alone, now you explain what they are? This game is horrible tutorial. Knockdown and shutdown mechs are vulnerable to called shots. Targeting a knockdown or shutdown mech brings up the called shot interface, allowing the choice of specific location for a ranged attack. Attacks missing the target locations are more likely to hit adjacent areas. Oh, okay. Destroying both legs or the head of a mech without destroying the central torso increases the number of salvageable mech parts. Oh. So I guess it was a good thing that I was trying to like shoot that guy's other leg off. Why do I get more parts if I take out both legs but not like both arms? Seems kind of weird that specifically taking out the legs gives me more salvage. Head kind of makes sense, I guess. But still. Okay, they're gonna be dropping reinforcements like that. Objective B done.
Moving to position.
Man, this guy got like messed up a lot. Light mechs really don't have a whole lot of health or armor. Like, I was kind of thinking maybe of having one in my group as a good scout, but
On my way.
I don't know. They seem to be like targeted first and have no like armor and health. Like, I'm not really sure what the point of a light mech is if you can't scout. Your lance's resolve increases incrementally each round of combat and significantly when you damage or destroy an enemy. This is shown by the vertical blue bar next to your mech warriors. When your lance's resolve bar is half full, your mech warriors become inspired, gaining +1 accuracy to all attacks. Resolve also allows the use of the precision and vigilant abilities. The company's shipboard morale directly impacts your lance's starting resolve each mission. Okay.
On my way.
I don't know where we told you to run. Okay, you were really going the wrong way.
Ready for orders.
Oops. That's not coming out of my paycheck. Brilliant work, Commander. We should have no trouble mopping up after that. Mopping up at the other platforms now that their defenses are down. We get the job done. Speaking of which, I wasn't finished. These platforms won't do us much good if we can't hold them. Majesty's medals taught us that. So we're going to need your battle mechs. You're going to want to reconsider that. Or are they trying to steal our mechs? Why? Your lance has already been target locked by our turns. Now power down and surrender, and we'll let you walk. Or try to fight and we'll tear you to shreds. Your call. Well, there goes our goddamn payday. Hold tight, Commander. We're on our way.
Orders.
Why can I not attack? Do I melee it?
Move order received.
What? What move order? What the fuck just happened? That's like the third time this game just moved people. Why can I not attack? I don't understand this. So this gains guarded and entrenched, which is the same thing as brace. Oh, this also increases my my initiative and stability damage.
Receiving you.
That's weird. Why can I suddenly attack now?
Locked on target.
So what determines the turn order within, like, Initiative 3 turn order? all the things. Can we hit our own guy?
Engaging target.
Oh, okay, we can. Good.
Target building destroyed.
Oh, so I think it's like my turn, their turn, my turn, their turn, my turn, their turn. And then when it's my turn, I can choose who moves first.
I hear ya.
I think. That seems to be how it works.
Standing by.
More armor, less health. That's less overall. Oh, that's all I can hit it with? Ooh, okay, maybe not. That was effective.
One more for the trashy. Good to go.
So I'm assuming the arc means I don't have direct line of sight. I can only use missiles.
Got it.
Whereas the kind of purple direct line means it's a line of sight. Sure.
Here we go.
Oh, one hit. Messed up their structures though, sending a message.
Standing by. Roger that.
I wonder if we can use a light mech to like just run in circles around guys to like draw fire. And then they just evade like nobody's business.
Copy that.
Just kind of having a hard time understanding what the advantage of a light mech
Reporting.
is.
One less vehicle.
Where's... Oh, there he is. Can't touch this. Do 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 do. That doesn't make sense. We're adding 8 heat. And that's how much 8 heat adds? Seems excessive.
Waiting on you, Commander. Tell me what to do.
I like the railgun thing. That's kind of cool. That must be what that PPC is.
Smoked 'em.
Stand by for extraction, Commander. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, and Darius? I know, Mayor. I know. You want another team meeting. Give the man a prize.
Mission successful.
That was so much easier than, like, the first mission. Like, they should have swapped the two. I feel like this was a lot easier compared to the first mission. Mission reports. 15 rounds. Sure. 3 years later, priority mission. Debrief. Employer, Darius. Target, Majesty Metals and Manufacturing. Well done, Commander. You made the best of a bad situation. Here's hoping we don't run into another job like that one. Objectives. Capture employers' mining platforms. Success. Engage and destroy enemy units. Success. Survive. Success. Funds. $1 million. Cool. In C-bills. Mercenary Review Board. What the hell is that? There's a review board for mercenaries? Your rating with the Mercenary Review Board indicates how trusted and effective your mercenary company is. A high MRB rating will earn you respect from fellow mercenaries and mech warriors for hire. Okay, I mean, it still seems weird, but alright. 10 rated. Morale steady, 28. You will generate 15 resolve per turn in combat. Steady, 21 to 30. Current morale, 28. At this level of morale, you will gain 15 resolve points per round of battle. I do kind of like how morale plays a role. Not sure if I like how it does, but I like that it does. Faction reputation. Darius. Enemies. Some dude I don't know. Darius is the long-standing XO of your company. I have reputation with my XO. Professional, competent, and level-headed, he manages the finances and operations of the company with skill and aplomb. Majesty's Metals and Manufacturing. I find it interesting that we have the same reputation with both of them. I would think that Darius would be slightly higher and Majesty's would be slightly lower. Majesty's Metals is the oldest military manufacturer in the Magistry of Canopus. With facilities on the capital world of Canopus as well as Dunshire, Majesty is the sole domestic provider of heavy arms to the Magistry Armed Forces. So it seems to me like I don't want to piss them off. Otherwise, we've got like an entire armed force after us. Mission complete. Payout 0. Successful completion. Successfully completing the primary objectives of a mission wields the agreed upon payment and salvage, plus any bonuses from secondary objectives, as well as an improved rating score with the Mercenary Review Board. Heatwave, 1000 XP, uninjured. Recruit. 45? Oh, 45 tons. Firepower, low. Movement, average, but still seems really slow compared to everybody else. Durability, average. Heat efficiency, low. Average range, average. Melee, low. Stock rule, fire support and skirmisher. Blackjack ones are solid, well-rounded mechs for their tonnage. They typically mount jump jets, which give them extra edge by repositioning quickly to keep a direct line of fire for their autocannons. Manufacturing generic AC-2 ammo. Tonnage 1, slots 1, value 10,000. Ammo bins contain the rounds needed for projectile-based weaponry, with at least one bin required per weapon type. Ammo bins will explode and destroy their installed location when they receive a critical hit. Oh. AC-2 ammo bins each contain 25 rounds and may feed multiple weapons. Okay, so this is just... We'll read that when we equip, guys, because hell if I know what any of that really is. Yeah, 4 jump jets? What? Does that mean the Spider has 8? It does. Okay, so I guess the number is the number of jump jets we have. I assume more means we can go farther? Higher? Faster? Okay, everyone got 1,000. You have different color. Ronin. This mech warrior is a unique character. You can only hire this mech warrior once. If you fire them or they are killed, they will not reappear in any hiring halls. Huh. And I'm guessing green is like main character. Performance warning. This mech has one or more issues with its configuration, such as missing ammo, damaged internal structure, or having unutilized tonnage. Refit this mech via the mech bay to review any issues. Probably because he took some structure damage. Oh, cool, and it shows kills. We didn't kill anything. Glitch killed a couple, 3 vehicles. Behemoth took down every mech. Damn, don't piss her off. Rent to own? You need to start finding us better clients, Darius. I mean it. We've been slumming it on the ass end of the frontier for 3 years now, and we're drowning in debt. I'm fully aware of our financial situation, but I can't just conjure up new clients out of thin air. Tonya, do me a solid and back me up on this. I feel like my guy would be a doer. If we're really that hard up for cash, we need to stop talking and start doing something about it. Hey, you'll hear no arguments from me. When we made you our commander, we all agreed to follow your lead. Darius, could you walk us through the details of this trouble we're in? It might help if you broke things down, point by point. Sure thing, Yang. Point 1. Meyer's right. We're in debt. Every C-bill we make technically belongs to the banks. Standard galactic unit of currency, named for Comstar. One C-bill is valued at 1 millisecond of HPG transmission time. What? Alright. Point 2. This corner of the frontier is a dead zone for mercenary work. There are clients, but they're terrible. That's just a fact. And that's it. There's no other points. We've got battle mechs. What's our best case scenario? I don't know about best case. That'd be like worst case, but I think I'd go with this. I'm an exiled pirate. Why not just refuse to pay? We can afford to throw our weight around. We've got battle mechs. That wouldn't be a very good idea, Tonya. The banks wouldn't come for us themselves. They'd hire mercenaries. And you already know how hard up frontier mercs are for work. If we stiff the banks, we'll wind up dead or in debitor's prison. And out here in the frontier, those are basically the same thing. Okay, so we're in a bad spot. What are we going to do about it? I don't see what else we can do, Tonya. I'm already serving up every legitimate contract I can find. Legitimate seems like a key word there. Unless you want me to sidestep the Mercenary Review Board entirely, we're basically out of options. Founded in 2789, the Mercenary Review Board, MRB, serves as an impartial broker of mercenary contracts. The MRB is overseen by Comstar, a communications giant that is famous for its neutrality. Wait, money is based on communications? Okay. An essential component of modern military culture, the MRB ensures that an even playing field between mercenary companies and their employees, and it's quick to arbitrate any breach of contract. I feel like they have power because people give them power. Go around the MRB? No thanks. Taking an uncertified job is a great way to wind up with a knife in your back. We just got betrayed on a board-certified contract, Yang. How much worse can it get? I feel like that's a weird question for a pirate to ask, but alright. Plenty. What happened down there was an exception, boss. With uncertified jobs, it's the rule. Remind me again why we don't just skip town and head to a nicer corner of the periphery? Because the banks and the jump ship crews have an arrangement. Until we pay up, they're going to keep us on a short leash. That's a good reason. Look, Darius, Myers right. We need to start earning some real money, and we need to do it soon. It's only a matter of time before something breaks down that I can't fix with duct tape and good intentions. I had to work a few uncertified jobs after I was asked to leave my home system. It's risky, but it's better than going hungry. You hear that, Darius? The voice of experience speaks. Going around the MRB might kill us, sure. So might 1,000 other things. But I'd rather die trying than give up and accept the inevitable. It's settled then. I'll start digging for contracts outside the MRB system. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the best. It isn't like we've got all that much to lose. In the meantime, we need to find another paying job, and our prospects in this system have completely dried up. I'd recommend booking travel to a neighboring system and seeing what the review board has for us. With any luck, we'll find enough work to keep going until something better rolls in. The banks are holding our jump ship access hostage until we can repay our debts. For now, we can only go between your Kurnin and the nearby systems of Alloway, Bellerophon, and Detroit. Ha! I know that word at least. Our top priority right now needs to be finding work, so we can raise cash. None of the contracts here are very good. I picked out the only viable one I could find, and it helpfully includes our travel fees as part of the deal. Travel fees? Come by the command center when you're ready to review it. What is this? Okay, can I save it? Yes. Okay. First of all, delete other games. And save. Out of mission, what? No dashes? Commas? Nope. What? Can't even do a question mark. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick look around on here, but I hate to say it, but I think I might call it there. Super short stream. We'll see. There's a very good chance I might just call it. But I want to look around this and get more confused, because I'm not already confused here. Heatwaves Marauders. Finances normal. Company finances. Your operating costs due at each financial report. The pips indicate the number of months you can stay afloat. Oh, that's handy. Should your funds ever hit zero, your company will fail entirely and cease operations. Oh. Okay, that sounds stressful. Report 30 days. So I can survive 1, 2, 3, 4 months as is? We're pretty high morale considering that. BattleTech. Tech points. Tech points are generated each day and spent to repair or customize BattleTechs. Tech points only apply to one mech task at a time, so additional tasks are queued to be worked on next. Medical points. Medical points are generated each day and spent to heal injured mech warriors. Medical points apply to all injured mech warriors simultaneously. So one at a time, everyone at once. Current location on ship. What? I don't see a dot. Where's my current location? Hiring hall, store. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Money. Assume this is main menu. Timeline. Upcoming scheduled events are shown here in the order that they will be completed. Mech tech tasks can be reordered if you need to complete a particular task sooner or wish to postpone it until later. Mech tech tasks or other events cannot be reordered or changed. Med tech. Medical. Why do you have to go med tech? Mech tech. Like, just stop being smart, guys, and just, yeah. 30 days for a financial report. I assume this is where we currently are. The planetary government, your Krunen? Small population, visited, whatever that means. Arctic climate. Your Krunen is a frozen wasteland. The geothermal vents create temperate zones in which the planet's few inhabitants live and mine the plentiful mineral resources. So not necessarily where we just were. Hiring hall. You may hire mech warriors from the local hiring hall while in orbit around a planet. Reputation 10% price increase. I don't know what any of this means. Wow, you're expensive. 5 something. Oh, gunnery. Pilot guts tactics. 8 tactics. Yeah. MRB rating too low. This mech warrior can't be hired because your company's mercenary review board rating is too low. Scout. Expertise tactics. An adaptable combatant able to act earlier than other units and who enjoys more precision when taking called shot opportunities. Effective at spotting targets via sensor lock and taking better advantage of indirect fire opportunities. Weapon minimum ranges are also improved. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess we could use light mechs and just equip them with missiles. But that doesn't really let them scout. Recruit. Recruits are fresh mech warriors who are relatively unskilled with no abilities available to them yet. Texas. Wendigo. Scruffy. I want to hire you just because of your name.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, that's details. Salary per month? We gotta pay people? Fuck. So what? This is a hiring bonus, and then there's... That's stupid.
Waiting.
Yes, Commander.
This mech warrior will only work for you if you have an MRB rating of 200 or higher. I don't know what my current one is.
Ready for orders. Yes, Commander.
Commander.
Huh. Alright. Back. The store. While in orbit around a planet, you may purchase weapons, components, and mech parts. Cool! Don't know what any of that is. Assassin! Ooh, oh my god. That's half my money. Oh my god, this stuff is expensive. Oh, these are mechs. Okay, that probably explains it. Partial mech salvage? What the hell does that mean? Oh, that's even more expensive. Federated? What the hell does this mean? Generic? What? I am so confused. $3 million! Oh my god. Single-use artillery piece? For $3 million? Holy fuck. Ballistic. Energy. Missile. Support. Flamer. Expels superheated plasma. Flamethrower. That's cool. Jump jets. I don't know what the A means in the H. Oh, specifically designed. Oh, heavy? Small scout? Assault? 90 tons? Yeah, I think that's assault. Okay. Heat sink. Okay, so we're gonna keep this save game that we just made for a while, because I feel like I gotta make a lot of mistakes to understand a lot of this stuff. In orbit. While orbiting a planet, you may hire new mech warriors, purchase items, and accept contracts. Travel between planets and jump points can take many days at a comfortable 1 to 1.5 g acceleration. Interstellar travel can only happen in relatively flat parts of space-time. Jump ships stay at these jump points, carrying slower than light drop ships from one system to another. Sure. Week 1, day 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's a 7-day week in this still. Man, oh, okay, there's the dots. Oh, okay, so this is like, we're on the ship. Now we're in the command center. Okay. Contracts. Patrol pays, well, I mean, seems like a lot of money. Don't know if it actually is. Max salvage 2 out of 11. Half a skull. Travel to another system included. This contract includes travel to Belrofrian, 12 days. Battle. Your objective is to engage and defeat a lance of army units. This is a straight-up fight, so frontline combat units are recommended. Okay. The Badlands biome is a wind-scoured wasteland with little vegetation and little water. The extreme heat makes it more difficult for mechs to sink heat. Fields of crystalline mineral deposits interfere with targeting systems, making it harder to shoot into them, as well as to shoot out of them. So they're like that Badlands version of Forest? patrol. Maximum pay. Payment for a contract is based on the difficulty of the mission and your reputation with the employer. Some contracts have additional objectives that can be completed during missions for additional pay. Contract salvage. The first value, priority salvage, is the number of items you may choose from all available loot on the battlefield. The second value is the total number of items you will receive, with the remaining chosen at random. Be aware that if you destroy enemy mech chassis and equipment, those destroyed items will not be available as salvage. Wait, so I thought salvage was just a resource number. You have 7 salvage. This makes it sound like I can actually get like specific items. Like I could pick up a heavy laser cannon or something. This game is horrible at explaining things. It really is. Maximum reputation. By reducing both your payment and your salvage, you earn goodwill with your employer in the form of increased reputation. You can check your reputation with any major faction in the Wormworld periphery from the console and your captain's quarters. Higher reputation will make more difficult and lucrative missions available, as well as lower prices for goods and systems controlled by that faction. Negotiate. Is that actually negotiate, or is that just accept? I'm just gonna leave that for now. Darius!
What do you need?
Explain stuff to me, man. Always good to see you at Ops, Tanya. Can I do something for you? I want to know more about our debt situation. Yeah, sure. That's fair. And I'm glad you're taking an interest. I've got time to get into the nuts and bolts of it, if you do. What do you want to know? Remind me why we took out so many loans in the first place? How much time have you got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee Coromandel. Coromandel? But I guess you're mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost, there's the Leopard. We still owe a lot of money on this ship. Losing her isn't an option. When you still got all the assorted, then you've got all the assorted fallout from our impromptu trip across the frontier. Jump ship passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses, all paid for in credit, as if we had a choice. There's more that I could get into. The loan we took out to set up Markham's family, etc. To set up Markham's family. What? Etc., etc. But that'd be gilding the lily at this point. Gilding the lily? I have never heard of that phrase. The fact is, we've got a lot of trouble with a lot of lenders. But hey, we're mercenaries. We live for trouble. Who are we in debt to exactly? I want names. How about I give you the top 3? Oh, that's good. First, you've got Blue Horizon. That's the big commercial bank on Lyerton. They're the ones that own the lease on the ship. Then there's the Indri Consortium. They've got people everywhere, but they're based somewhere in Merrick space. We borrow from one of their associates to make the jump away from Comdir on the day of the coup. Finally, you've got Lock-Own Lending. They're a frontier outfit from Hastor. They're about as crooked as they come. Now, I wouldn't normally do business with an outfit like the Double L, but we didn't have a choice. They made a deal with Blue Horizon to buy half of our debt. So that's the big 3. A commercial bank, a shady financial consortium, and a bunch of leg breakers in cheap suits. And each of them dangerous in their own way. That's enough money talk for now. Let me ask you about something else. Be my guest. What do you need? I've got some questions about running this company. Sure thing, Heatwave. I'll be happy to help. What do you need to know? Oh, these are tutorial. Okay. Remind me what I need to know about mercenary contracts. Outfits like ours depend on the Mercenary Review Board to post certified contracts working for reliable employers. I say reliable, but let's face it, Tanya. Most jobs come down to us doing the work that the rich and powerful can't be seen doing. Mercenaries are deniable assets. We travel from system to system, picking up jobs and making ends meet. Sure, space travel costs sea bills, but some employers are desperate enough to pay travel expenses for mercenaries willing to make a few jumps for a gig. Can I withdraw from a contract? Absolutely. That's the great thing about being a merc. It isn't our fight. We're here to make money, not die for a cause. We can back out of contract negotiations at any time with no harm done. But once we deploy onto a battlefield, it gets a little trickier. If things start going sideways during a mission, you can still withdraw to save on repair bills and med bay time, but it may still cost us. If we withdraw before achieving any objectives and destroying at least one enemy, the Mercenary Review Board will rule it a bad faith withdrawal. Not only will we not get paid, we won't get any battlefield salvage either. Plus, our reputation will suffer, both with our employer and with the MRB. Now, if we withdraw after achieving an objective and destroying at least one enemy, then the board will rule it a good faith withdrawal. Our pay will still be reduced, but our reputation won't take a hit, and that's important for business. One last thing on the subject. If one of your mechs is getting banged up bad and it looks like a battle warrior may not make, or a mech warrior may not make it out alive, you can order them to eject during combat. Sumire will fly suborbital and recover them, and will scoop up their mech after the mission. Whoop. This one. Yeah, Savage is specific. Oh. Okay, that makes sense with what I read. Like I said before, I assumed it was just a number. Like, you have 7 salvage. You can use it to repair or build a new mech or something like that. Interesting. Okay. Tell me about reputation. Our mercenaries' outfit reputation determines the quality of the contracts we're offered, the quality of the mech warriors willing to hire on with us, and the deals we get on weapons, mechs and equipment. Totally misread that. Our mercenary outfit's reputation determines the quality of the contracts we're offered, the quality of the mech warriors willing to hire on with us, and the deals we get on weapons, mechs, and equipment in local stores. Most employers won't offer us the really juicy contracts until after we've proven ourselves over time. But once our rep is solid, we'll gain access to some high-paying gigs with opportunities for some serious battlefield salvage. Why is salvage so important? If sea bills were like blood, salvage is like food for a mercenary company. Or something like that. I really don't do analogies. Let's just leave it as, salvage is good. Here's why. Salvage lets you replace components you've lost, or upgrade your mechs to better suit your combat tactics. And if you don't end up needing the salvage you get, you can always sell it off at the nearest store. Salvage rights are a time-honored tradition in mercenary trade, and figuring out who gets what at the end of an engagement is a vital part of our business. In addition to sea bills, most contracts will offer salvage, reflected as a ratio like 2 to 10. The first number represents how many priority salvage items we get to handpick after a battle. The second number is the total amount of salvage we'll get, subject to the whims of our employer. You can negotiate salvage rights for every mission you accept, so keep it in mind. Okay, so the negotiate button was an actual negotiate button. Interesting. How do I negotiate a contract? Mercenary contract negotiation is pretty straightforward out here in the periphery. It's all based on the golden triangle: sea bills, salvage, and reputation. Sea bills are the coin of the realm, so to speak. We use sea bills to pay for travel expenses, upkeep on our ship, salaries for our crew, and repairs or outfits for our mechs. Sea bills keeps us flying. Salvage is part of our take too. The more salvage we take off the battlefield, the fewer sea bills are deposited into our account. The fewer sea bills we ask for, the more salvage we can get. Oh, okay, so it's going to be like a slider, I guess. Now, you may want to take less money and less salvage in order to increase our reputation with the party offering the contract. Yeah, it will cost us now, but the investment could really pay off later down the road. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I understand. What intel will I get about a contract before I accept it? Most employers will give us enough info to understand who we're fighting and why. Some are cagier than others, but by and large, they want us to succeed. Because of this, we generally get enough intel to get the job done. It isn't a perfect system, but it works well enough. There are a few key things to look out for in a contract. First, you need to understand what type of mission it is. Next, you should take into account the climate conditions of the area of operation. Finally, it's important to know the expected strength of the opposing force, or OPFOR. Vital, even. Tell me about the types of missions we may be offered. In my experience, most contracts come down to one or more of a few basic ideas. Blowing something up, taking someone down, keeping something safe, or making a mess with heavy ordnance. There'll be variations here and there, sure, but for the most part, our jobs are going to fit into one of those categories. Giant bipedal weapon platforms aren't exactly known for their subtlety. Tell me about climate conditions. If you're not watching the climate conditions, you're not in full command of the battlefield. In most environments, you've got to watch your mech warriors' weapon fire and jump jet use so they don't overheat their battlefields. Yeah, so jump jets do use heat. That's weird, they didn't seem to use it last mission. Badlands and deserts make your mechs run hotter, so you're going to want to pay careful attention when you're fighting out there. Low atmosphere, non-terraformed planets are worse. You'd be wise to swap out some energy weapons for ballistic weapons in those environments, or pack on some extra heat sinks. But the vacuum of lunar environments is the worst. It's counterintuitive, I know. Space is cold, right? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But no atmosphere means basically no heat dispersion, and you're sitting on top of a fusion reactor. Use your jump jets sparingly, or you'll be shut down in no time. All that being said, frozen environments are like heaven for our mech warriors. The heat from weapons fire and jump jet dissipates at a much greater rate, and you'll have the maximum options on the battlefield. Tell me about mission difficulty. It's important to have an idea of what you'll be up against once your lance hits the ground. Unfortunately, mercenaries are often on the ass end of mission intel, and most we'll usually get is a rating of an enemy's overall strength. At best, a mission's difficulty rating will give us an idea of our post-mission repair bills and medbay time, or a signal that we should avoid the mission altogether until we can bring in bigger guns. Let's go back a second. Yeah, Heatwave, of course. This can be a lot to take in, I know. We can go back and forth as many times as we need to. You just say the word. I'd like to ask you about something else. Go ahead, ask whatever you need. Tell me about our outfit's finances work. It's pretty simple, really. Every 30 days, we have to pay the crew and cover our regular operating expenses. Upkeep for the mechs we already have in our mech bays, upgrades to our equipment, things like that. So if we don't have enough sea bills to cover our operating expenses at the end of the month when our financial report comes due, we're out of business. Merc life doesn't allow for second chances. Remember that when you're ordering weapon refits and ship upgrades, and make sure to reserve enough to cover our monthly nut. I'm sure this is obvious, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How can I raise the operating costs of our company? Obviously, the more mech warriors we hire, the more we got to pay out each month. Nevertheless, it's a good idea to have a strong bench. You never know when someone's going to take one in the meat and be out of action for a while. Any upgrades we make to the ship will have upkeep costs too. Good to know, didn't think about that. Yeah, there are advantages, but there but there are advantages that require ongoing maintenance, and that costs C-bills. How can I lower our operating costs? Well, for starters, consider putting the mechs you don't plan to field for a while into storage. Although it will require time and C-bills to refit their equipment and ready them for combat, stored mechs have no upkeep costs. By the way, remember that you can sell mech chassis and equipment if we're ever low on cash, or you see something shiny in a store that you just gotta have. Anyway, back to operating costs. You can always... Why is my mouse... Holy crap. Anyway, back to operating costs. You can always dismiss a mech warrior if you're having a hard time making payroll. And every month you get to decide how generous to be with their pay. Careful though, a mercenary's salary has a direct effect on their morale. Okay. I'd like to ask you about something else. Go ahead, ask whatever you need. Let's talk about my mech warriors. Sure, what do you want to know? How much do I need to worry about their morale? Mercenaries aren't like members of the Royal Guard, Heatwave. They're in it for the paycheck, not for loyalty to some noble house. Because of this, keeping their spirits up is important. Mech warriors with high morale get inspired more often on the battlefield. Their heads are in the game, and inspired mech warriors can create opportunities. I've seen inspired mech warriors make precision strikes I thought were impossible, focusing their fire at one location on a speeding enemy as if it were standing still on a shooting range 25 yards away while wearing a sign that says "Shoot me" in green neon. Inspired mech warriors show amazing vigilance too. They seem to have an uncanny ability to blunt incoming damage and have heightened reflexes, so they act faster on the battlefield. Amazing stuff. On the other hand, I've seen mercs with low morale up and leave an outfit like ours without warning. Sometimes you'll see it coming, sometimes you won't. So yeah, you need to worry about their morale, Heatwave. You're the boss. What sort of control do I have over their training? Mech warriors gain experience in every mission they complete. You can chart their training and guide their development in 4 skills: gunnery, pilot, guts, and tactics. As they become stronger in a particular skill, your mech warriors gain access to special abilities that can be used in combat. The first ability is the mech warrior's specialization. Mech warriors can only have 2 specializations total, so pay attention when you're training them. The first 2 they can acquire are the only 2 they'll have. Okay. The second ability is the Mech Warrior's Expertise. Mech Warriors only get 1 of those, and it has to be from one of their specializations. Whichever expertise they learn first is the only one they will have. So 3 abilities total per Mech Warrior. That's a lot of possible combinations. You need to decide for yourself which abilities work best together according to your command style. Lastly, nearly every skill increase also grants a minor boost to some facet of combat performance. Mech warriors can become more accurate with range or melee attacks, can keep their mechs stable longer under sustained fire, or even take more injuries before being incapacitated. Hell, they can even get better at taking called shots when the opportunity comes up. Do more experienced mech warriors require higher salaries? Oh, that's going to be a yes. Wouldn't you? As mech warriors grow in skills and abilities, their salaries will grow with them. Damn. It's possible to hire skilled mech warriors in the hiring halls of the systems we visit, but they will have higher salary requirements than mech warriors you trained yourself. Okay. So it is higher salary, just not as high. I'd like to ask you about something else. Go ahead, ask whatever you need. Is there any general info you'd like to share? Things happen on a mercenary ship, Tonya. All the time. You throw a bunch of mech jocks in a confined space with technicians and crew for months on end, and you're going to see spillover from the battlefield. And operating a merc outfit isn't a glamorous lifestyle. There are hard choices to be made on a regular basis. Anything from breaking up a fight over petty bullshit to dealing with faulty power companies. Still, I wouldn't trade this for just about anything. We go where we want, we fight who we want, and we only have one god we obey, the mighty Seabill. Well, and you, I guess. Yeah, it's the Merc life for me, Heatwave. All the way to the end. That's enough instruction for one day, Darius. Thanks. No problem, Heatwave. No problem at all. Got a few minutes to chat? I'd like to catch up. Yeah, sure. We've got time to talk. Before any of this started, you worked with the Anaro Royal Guard. Tell me about it. It was more than just a deployment. It was a full campaign. High Lord Tamati gave us the job back in 19. We were supposed to be assisting the Royal Guard to round up and eliminate a pirate clan on Eldor. Commander Markham thought it'd be easy money. Turned out to be anything but. We lost a dozen mech warriors in the 3 months of the Doer campaign. Had to hose them out of their cockpits. Would have been more if it wasn't for Sir Raiju. He saved our people's asses on more than one occasion. Went out of his way to do it. And the thing is, he didn't have to. We weren't under his protection. We were the hired help. A lot of people in Mastiff's position would have used us as cannon fodder, but that wasn't his way. He treated us as if we were his own. He was a good man, Tanya. As good as they come. Tell me about yourself, Darius. Where are you from? I grew up on Nasayu Heights. It's one of the HAB stations orbiting R2. 30 decks of economic stratification, with the corporate suits on the upper decks and everyone else crammed into the lower ones. My old man was a dockhand. We lived on deck 28, 2 levels up from the bottom, with the other station maintenance personnel. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, my dad would load up and unload cargo shuttles, vacuum-sealed Quillar, and nutrient paste for people like us, and luxury goods for the suits upstairs. The old man must have unloaded 1,000 cases of Castilian eel roll, plump, succulent eggs the size of melon balls. Never got to taste any, though. Any one of those tins would have cost him half a year's wages. Anyway, Tanya, I don't want to saddle you up with my life story. Suffice it to say, I got an eyeful of what I didn't want to be on Nasu Heights. And I did what I had to change my circumstances. And by the age of 16, I struck out on my own. I left the station with a handful of skills, an enormous web of contacts, and a rucksack full of expensive caviar. And once I made it off of Nasu Heights, I never, ever looked back. What about your dad? Talk about something else. Be my guest. What do you need? Got her on, Darius.
Catch you later, Commander.
Oh, that was a lot of reading. To the barracks. Mech warriors. All work. Glitch. Oh, multi-target is a skill thing. We still gotta figure out how to do that. I can customize you after the fact. Oh, I can change your name. Cool. Mech warriors are paid a recurring salary commensurate with their skill level. Recruits cost the least, while veteran mech warriors are paid a substantial amount for their services.
Waiting for orders.
Defender specialization.
Waiting for orders.
Gunner specialization.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, okay, and this is their skill thing or whatever. Oh, cool. It's kind of like a little tech tree thing. Plus 7.5% base weapon hit. That doesn't sound very high. Plus 10% melee hit. Plus 1 unsteady threshold. Plus 1 health, minus 1 recoil penalty. Oh, okay, and then we can choose where to spend it.
Waiting for orders.
Okay.
Good to go.
Interesting.
Waiting for orders.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Commander?
Ready for orders.
Where's my guy? Oh, there he is. 28th. Damn.
Standing by.
Waiting for orders.
Yes,
Standing by.
Got a ton of XP we gotta look at. Service record. Oh, right, because these kind of give you skill points. Okay. Okay, and this is extremely maneuverable skill. Bay 2 and 3. Oh, okay, we can only have so many mechs up. Okay. Pattern. What? Oh, you can change, like, the paint? Yeah, it looks like the paint job. Scrap mech for sea bills. Send this mech to storage. Removes all equipment. Okay, so I don't want to do any choices yet. I just want to look around and then make a save game before we start making choices, because who knows? Maybe repairing this ends up costing us too much money or something. I'll probably do it, but you never know if that might be an issue later on. Jump jet hardpoints. A mech can mount a limited number of jump jets, determined by its relative maximum speed. The number of jump jets sets a mech can mount is represented by its jump jet hardpoint total. Okay, so I guess that's what the 8 meant? This is 4? Yeah, okay, we'll look at this stuff later. I'm intrigued, but there's going to be a lot to read up on.
You need some work done, Commander?
More reading! Hey, boss. Welcome to the mech bay. My own little piece of heaven right here on the ship. Something I can help you with? I want an assessment on the Leopard. How much trouble are we in? Don't know. I mean, we're doing okay for the moment, but give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. Maybe our drive system will give out. Maybe some debris will perforate the hull. Who knows? But on that day, we're going to need to be able to cover our repair costs. And if we can't, well, that'll be that. Get a few questions about the mech bay. Yeah? Then hit me with them. I'll do whatever I can to answer. I mean, I don't want to wax poetic or nothing, but the mech bay is where the magic happens, boss. It's the beating heart of a mercenary outfit. Anything I should know about the mech bays themselves? Beyond each cubicle holding one battle mech? Not much. It's all about capacity. The more mech bays we have, the more mechs we can keep battle ready. And the more mechs we have battle ready, the more flexibility you have on your deployment options. Let's say we had 2 blackjacks, for example. A decent medium mech for sure. I know your family gave you yours. One could be loaded with lots of energy weapons for use in colder environments where they can bleed heat quickly. The other identical blackjack could be loaded with ballistic weapons that require ammo, but generate much less heat. Smart for deploying in warmer climates or in vacuum where heat dispersion is slower. Why use mech storage? A few reasons. First, we have limited capacity in the mech bay, so we need to store the overstock for eventual sale or for use in the future. Second, we don't pay upkeep costs on mechs and storage. That's a business thing though, not in my department. Third, and this is important, whenever we pick up partial mech salvage from the battlefield, I put it in storage for you. If we gather or buy enough partial mech salvage to complete a battle mech chassis, my team will assemble it right away. You let me know if you want to keep it in storage or have it ready or have it readied for combat. Battle mechs are expensive as hell, so assembling one out of salvage is our best bet for expanding our roster. What happens when a mech goes into or gets readied from storage? When you send a mech chassis into storage, our mech techs dismount all its weapons and equipment and place them in our inventory for use on other chassis. A chassis can stay in storage indefinitely. And don't worry about storage capacity, boss. I'll make it fit. Don't you worry. Now, getting a stored battle mech ready for combat is a different animal. My techs will need a couple of days to bring an empty chassis up from storage. Once the chassis is back in the mech bay, we'll need to select its loadout from our equipment inventory so we can start a refit. The time and cost of a refit is dependent on the type and amount of equipment you choose. Can we have loadouts? Or do we need to pick every piece one at a time? Sure thing, boss. Be my guest. I've been wondering about the components you can put on our mechs. One of my favorite topics. In the mech bay, you can browse all the equipment we have available in inventory. There are two types of components I can install on a battle mech: weapons and equipment. Tell me about ballistic weapons. Ballistic weapons such as the autocannon pack a good punch, generate little heat, and can destabilize an enemy if they get hit enough. But ballistic weapons are, ballistic, so they require ammo. And ammo can explode if it takes a hit in combat, which is bad news all around. Ballistic weapons are also pretty heavy and take up a lot of space on a mech. Strengths and weaknesses, boss. Strengths and weaknesses. Tell me about energy weapons. Energy weapons don't use any ammo, but they generate a lot of heat. You may need to invest in additional heat sinks to keep your mech cool if you choose an energy-heavy loadout. Since they're intense beams of coherent light, energy weapons are great for cutting things up, but they aren't much good at destabilizing an enemy. The particle projector cannon is one big exception to that rule. In addition to the massive damage it can inflict, a hit from a PPC can destabilize an enemy, maybe even slow it down a bit. The PPC generates a metric shit ton of heat, but it's worth it, boss. And if that wasn't enough, it has a mild EM punch that screws with the enemy's targeting systems. Interesting. Tell me about missile weapons. Missile weapons are my favorites. Yeah, they require ammo and generate moderate heat, but the pounding they deliver can destabilize an enemy faster than most other weapons. And having multiple projectiles in a shot means you're almost always guaranteed at least a single hit. Long-range missiles are also capable of indirect fire. If one of your units has line of sight on an enemy, it can act as a spotter for LRM-equipped units that don't. Oh, so we just need line of sight. We don't need to have that sensor lock. Okay. With a spotter, a mech equipped with LRMs can stay behind cover and arc its missiles to hit the enemy. A spotter can increase your launcher's effective range too. Granted, the enemy can do the same to you, but that's someone else's problem. I don't want to sell short-range missiles short, though. They can generate incredible impact, and they do great damage. But you gotta be within knife fighting range to use them. Wow, those are like short range then. Tell me about support weapons. Support weapons are lighter than the others. Small lasers, machine guns, that sort of thing. I programmed our targeting computers to automatically fire them after a melee attack if they're activated. What? I've seen Commander order refits that remove most conventional weapons to double down on support weapons. With the right melee enhancing components, they can field monsters capable of point-blank devastation. Huh, interesting. Tell me about the other types of equipment you can refit on a mech. It's a big list, boss. I suggest you check the store in every system we travel to. You never know what you'll find. I can install stronger cockpits to reduce the injuries our mech warriors will take, arm actuators that increase melee damage, range fighters that increase the range at which enemies can be visually acquired, all sorts of stuff. I'll take up critical slots on a battle mech. Some add weight too. Keep your eyes open for them and give them a good once over before you buy them, so you know what you're getting into. Now, putting powerful weapons and equipment on your mech is fine and all, but remember the trade-off is always armor. You know how they say the best defense is a strong offense? They aren't on the battlefield. Don't skimp on the armor, boss, or all that expensive equipment will get reduced to junk with the enemy's first salvo. Oh, I thought he was going to say the more weapons we equip, the less armor we have. I heard that some manufacturers have developed better versions of some weapons. True that. Different manufacturers tweak their weapons to deliver more damage, have higher accuracy, destabilize the enemy, a bunch of stuff. The trick is finding them. They're rare out here on the periphery, so when I see one in store as a salvage pile, I always mark a plus for you, so you can identify it easily. And some equipment is rarer than others. The more plus symbols I mark them with, the rarer and more useful they are. Keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you're going to find. Let me ask you about something else. Sure thing, boss. Be my guest. How do I repair mech damage after a battle? Whenever you return from a mission, stop by the mech bay here to tell me which mechs you want to have repaired. I'm not going to assume anything. You run this outfit, so you tell me what to spend time and money on. Okay, that's not completely true. If I see armor missing from a battle mech, I'm going to repair it automatically. It's standard operating procedure. We have so much scrap armor lying around that you should consider armor repairs to be free. Now, if you tell me to repair a mech containing destroyed equipment, the techs will strip that off automatically too. I'll list the equipment they strip, so you're going to want to replace it with something. Repair a mech containing destroyed equipment. Oh, okay, so if we lose an arm and there was a machine gun on it, we still have the machine gun, it's just going to be stripped off the mech, so we're going to have to take time and money to put it back on once the arm's been repaired. I think. Anyway, like I was saying, armor repairs are free. Internal structure, on the other hand, takes time and C-bills to fix. If a mech structure is damaged or missing, I'll flag it for you in orange. Just order the repair, confirm the time and cost, and I'll get to it in our work queue. If I want to change a mech's loadout. What if I want to change a mech's loadout? Can I refit it with new weapons and equipment? Ooh, now you're talking, boss. You bet you can refit a mech. You can repair it at the same time, too. Just select a battle mech and order the refit. Now bring it to the mech lab. What can I do in the mech lab? The mech lab is where you let me know what sort of modifications you want to make to our stable of battle mechs. I can install new weapons and equipment, add or remove armor location by location, pretty much anything you want. All it takes is time and money. We got plenty of both, right? Are there limits to how I can refit a mech? It's hardware, Heatwave. Of course there are limits. Your biggest constraint are the chassis' weight and its hard points. I can't make a mech as heavy as I want? Negative. A mech's chassis can only support so much tonnage in weapons, armor, and equipment, so you need to keep its overall weight in mind when designing a battle mech's loadout. If your design is over a chassis' weight rating, we can't accept a work order. Now there are ways of making things fit, of course. Trade-offs can be made, but you've got to be careful. We have the ability to remove armor from individual locations in order to squeeze more or bigger weapons on. But less armor is less armor. You don't want to wind up with something that will blow over in a strong breeze. Trust me on that. I've seen it happen often enough to know. What's a hard point again? Each location on a battle mech contains one or more weapon mounts called hard points. Hard points are only designated for one specific weapon type: ballistic, energy, missile, and support. However, most mechs contain locations with more than one hard point, so you have some flexibility in what you mount there. Oh, okay. I thought if we had a hard point open, we could put a laser on, or a ballistic weapon, or a missile. But it sounds like it's not a hard point, it's a energy hardpoint, or a missile hardpoint. Interesting. Let's go back up for a minute. There's something else I need to ask. Yeah, sure, be my guest. How do I know what a mech is good at in the first place? Great question. There are lots of different battle mechs out there, and it's hard to know what they were built to do just by looking at them. I mean, I can, of course, but not me. You, on the other hand, you're going to need some help. Thankfully, I'm a helpful guy. If you check your technical readouts in the mech lab, you'll find that I've included some thoughts about each mech's off-the-rack purpose, or stock role. They're only opinions, mind you, but you might find them useful. I've also provided access to an itemized list of the equipment that a mech normally carries when you buy it as stock. Think of it as a mech's basic recipe. What happens after I order a refit? Once you confirm your work order, it will be placed in a queue with other repairs and refits on your timeline. Remember, a mech will be unavailable for combat until its work order is complete, so plan your refits carefully. I suggest queuing them up before we head to the next system to use our travel time efficiently. If you want to change a mech's placement in the work queue, select Manage Tasks under the timeline to reprioritize or cancel work orders. How long do repairs and refits normally take? Depends on the mech bay conditions you're working in. A good mech bay with advanced scaffolding and equipment is faster than one you'll find on a standard Leopard. Which is him saying upgrade. I display our mech bay's efficiency and mech tech points on your travel display under the finances and crew morale readouts. The higher the rating, the faster the repairs. Let me ask you about something else. You seem to know your way around a battlefield, Yang. Any advice? Sure. The better you lead in combat, the less work I have to do when it's over. Let's talk about heat. Yeah, let's talk about it. I can't emphasize this enough. Watch your heat. Your mech warriors are sitting on walking fusion reactors out there. Using jump jets and firing weapons generates heat. Sometimes, lots of it. If one of your mechs gets too hot, you could do damage to its internal structure. Or worse, shut down the engine in the middle of combat, leaving it a sitting duck. How can I affect heat in combat? Each weapon system on a battle mech can be toggled on or off each time it takes an action. Most mech warriors keep their heat low by toggling off weapons with lower chances to heat. But sometimes you'll have a solid chance to hit with everything in your arsenal. That's when you've got to experiment by toggling a few off to make sure you stay below the red line. And watch the terrain. Moving your mechs into water or over ice helps cool them down too. How can I make a mech more heat efficient? Note your mech's heat rating in the mech lab and install more heat sinks on it if you find it tends to run hot in combat. Heat sinks vent plasma from the mech's engine and do a lot to dissipate the buildup from the jump jets and weapon fire. Heat sinks are your friend. You can always change the weapons on the mech to use more heat-friendly parts, but obviously that'll change how you want to use that mech in combat. Trade-offs, boss. It's all about trade-offs. Let's go back for a minute. Let's talk about mech stability. Yeah, stability is a smart thing for a commander to want to understand, boss. Get pummeled by weapons fire is a good way for a mech to become destabilized. Walking over rough terrain doesn't help much either. Good to know. While destabilized, mechs can't sprint in combat, and they're vulnerable to firing if hit hard enough while in that state. Tell me about how to make my mechs less vulnerable to weapons fire. There are a few ways I can think of. Evasion, cover, and bracing. Let's hear about evasion. The short form version is this. The farther a unit goes, the more evasive it becomes. Shooting a moving target is hard, and shooting a faster target is harder. When you order a mech to move in combat, note the number of angled chevrons your command software assigns to it. The more chevrons that are displayed, the harder it will be to hit. Same for the enemy. Sensor locking an enemy removes 2 of its evasion chevrons and makes it easier to hit. Same goes for your units, so be careful. Cover. battle mechs are kind of big, aren't they? Yep, they're big and scary and dangerous, and they're harder to hit standing in forests and other terrain features. Standing behind buildings or hills is good too. If the enemy can't see you, they're going to have a hard time hitting you. It's all about line of sight. Think about it. Think about it all the time. Your enemy is, I guarantee it. If they can see you, a little red eyeball will appear above them in their command software. Oh, that's what that is. So now the question is, does the red eyeball mean they can see the selected mech? Or they can just see one of my mechs, period? Okay. So the question still remains about the plus as well. Mastiff taught me to brace my mech, but that doesn't make it harder to hit. No, bracing your mech won't make it harder to hit, but it should buffer some of the damage you'll take by half or so. So think about it, eh? Let's ask something else. Ask something else. That's enough for now. Sure, boss. We can pick it up later if you want. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How'd you wind up with this crew? That's a long story, boss. Shortest version I can give you? I signed in after I served my term in the Third Succession War, fighting for the Capillian Confederation. If you want to know more, you can ask whatever you want. Otherwise, let's get back to talking shop. Where are you from originally? Bryant, in the Confederation. You may have heard about our claim to fame, the Crowley Lizard Cow. No? Well, trust me, they're delicious. I gotta look this up. An edible reptile indigenous to the planet Bryant. The meat of the Crowley Lizard Cow is considered a delicacy and is one of Bryant's few planetary exports. Anyway, as the story goes, Bryant was a really nice place once. A tourist spot, big with hikers and fishing enthusiasts. Pale blue skies, emerald green seas, and a booming agricultural business. You know, the works. I never knew it that way, though. Stefan Amiris got to it a couple centuries before I was born. And, well, that was that. Oh, I'm not going to read all that. As the story goes, Bryant used to have these enormous orbital mirrors. Storm inhibitors, they called them. The Star League put them in place. When Amiris took the system in his civil war, he had his troops use them for target practice. Without those mirrors, Bryant reverted to its natural state. A miserable little ball of wind-blown dirt, actively hostile to human life. By the time I came along, the only places where people could live in relative safety were the planet's poles. Of course, you can't fit a planet's entire population into a handful of cities at its poles. There isn't enough space, no matter how far down you dig or how tall you build. A lot of people, mostly the poor, died in the early days. There's still a lot of overcrowding in Bryant cities even now. That's my childhood home in a nutshell. Way too many people jammed into a tiny claustrophobic space, with nowhere to go but off-planet. I cleared out of there as fast as I could and never looked back. Gotta admit, though, I do miss the taste of lizard cow. Tell me about your time in the military. Who'd you serve with? The 2nd St. Ivory's Lancers, 1st Battalion under Major Ling. You saw more action than most. The arm is a souvenir of my time in the service. I lost the original back in 3010 on St. Lawrence. You know, when we first arrived at St. Lawrence, I love that place. It's an agricultural world, sort of a bread basket up for the neighboring cities. Green fields, rolling hills, you get the picture. We just walked out of hell on Kittery, and the Fed rats drove us out in 05 with our tails between our legs. So it looked like paradise to us. I remember kicking back in the med bay, my feet propped up on an engine block, sipping on a sniffer of Ambergist vermouth. Not a bad way to spend a sunny afternoon. Anyway, turned out that the Federated Sons weren't done with us yet. We were barely a month into our deployment when they sent the SETI Hussars to burn us out. I'm sure there was no sound strategic reasons for House Davison to want St. Louis, but it sure felt personal to me. Long story short, one of their scouts managed to slip through our perimeter and hit my mech bay. I was tinkering around in a Centurion's custom-made rumble seat at the time. Being surrounded by all that armor was the only reason I made it out alive. Still, I didn't make it out unscathed. I lost 2 of my favorite assistants and my own right arm, and I've got this ugly thing grafted on to me as a reminder. Rumble seat. An optional secondary passenger seat that can be built into the control area of a battle mech. Rumble seats are positioned away from all control systems and injection equipment. Those who ride in them have no control over the mech itself, and are utterly at the mercy of the mech warrior in the cockpit. So it's a passenger seat. And yet, here I am, doing mercenary work for a living. Some people never learn, huh? Why'd you leave the Capellan Confederation? After my tour of duty was up, you mean? I don't know. It was just time for a change. Besides, this place wasn't for me anymore. In a way, it never really was. I learned a lot from my time in the service. I got a first-hand view of the elitist bullshit that saturates Capellan culture, and how it rewards high-born idiots at the common people's expense. Speaking as a thoroughly common man, that didn't sit with me right. When my tour was over, I packed my things up and made a beeline for the periphery. It seemed like a good place as any to find a new beginning. You'll never really get away from the autocracy. I can't say that word. Hell, I was born a noble. Yeah, but you're a competent noble, and you aren't afraid to get your hands dirty. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I wonder how many times I watched talented engineers get passed over for promotion so some idiot with a title could advance. Too many to count. But what it's worth, I'm glad you made that choice. You brought my mech back from the brink more than once. Way more than once, if memory serves. Still, I appreciate the kind words. And for what it's worth, I'm happy to be here with this crew. Going career military would have been an enormous mistake. In your position, I would have done the same. Let's talk about something else. Yes, let's. This has been a fun trip down memory lane, but I'm sure we both got more important things to worry about. Let's talk about something else. Be my guest, what do you need? I gotta get back to it. Talk to you later, Yang.
Come back anytime.
Navigation. MercNet system update. Whether for trade, settlement, or military expedition, traveling via our patented KF drive should have no surprises. Comstar is proud to announce the updated MercNet star map interface. Alright, I need more water if I'm going to keep reading. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, guys. I'm back. Thanks for waiting, guys. Oh, whoops. I didn't put my BRB scene up. My bad. Okay. 1. Star filters. Looking for a specific gear? See which systems are likely to carry what you need so you can shop with purpose and save on your travel budget. 2. Binome filters. Choose to see systems with specific climate patterns or features to make sure your destination is accommodating. 3. Difficulty filters. Whether you want to challenge your mercenary outfit for big rewards or stroll through a system like a cakewalk, we have your plans covered. 4. Extended coverage. Now with 50 more system destinations, rich with potential conflict resolution businesses and lucrative salvage opportunities. New star indicators let you see where you have been and where you have yet to explore. Members of our Platinum and Uranium level plans will find the new filter features in the upper right of your star map interface. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to contact your local Comstar representative, and we'll get you locked in. May the peace of Blake be with you. What? The peace of Blake be with... Okay. I'm not going to read that. Okay, difficulty, filter, everything goes up by half. Desert, glacier, jungle, lunar, Martian, Terran. Oh, and there's quite a few. Urban. Battlefield, battlefield advanced. Chemicals, chemical advanced. Electronics, electronics advanced. Industrial, okay, everything has an advanced thing. Don't know what that does. Attributes, system summary. Travel cost and the time it takes. 60 grand, damn. Why is it so expensive? Aren't we just... Oh, I guess maybe fuel and stuff. Maybe maintenance, too? I don't know. Huh. Alright.
How can I help, Commander?
Sumir! Oh, good. More people to talk to. Jeez. Hey, Commander. Something I can do for you? Does the decision we made about uncertified contracts satisfy your concerns? Why is the navigator the, like, finance officer? I would think like the XO would be financing. My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs. But this is a step in the right direction, and that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks that uncertified contracts entail, by the way. I mean, I know that what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. I've got some questions about navigation. Sure, ask away. I mean, it's kind of important that you understand what you're doing, so if I can help with that, I'm all for it. Okay, Navigator, how do we get from system to system? The short answer is that you pick a destination on the star map. I make it happen. Interstellar travel takes time, sometimes weeks. It'll cost us sea bills for fuel and passage on a jump ship. But it's the only way for an outfit like ours to survive out here. We go where the work is. What intel can I get about a system before choosing to go there? Enough to make a reasonably informed choice, I think. The star map makes political boundaries clear, so you'll know whose space we're entering. I've pre-programmed the star map to lock out travel to systems designated as no-fly zones. We're looking for work, not an interstellar incident. Beyond political boundaries, the nav system will highlight political factions active in the system. That should give you a good idea of who's hiring. It's probably a good idea to check out to check our reputation with the local factions before ordering a long voyage. There's got to be more intel than just local politics. There is. As you select systems on the star map, you'll see a list of attributes in the MercNet database associates with them. Attributes like black market or poor are clues to local store contents. The type of mercs you will find in hiring halls, contracts we may be offered, and potential mission environments. If you hover over an attribute, the star map will display a longer description for you. Beyond the political factions and attributes of a system, perhaps the most important to watch out for is the difficulty rating of the merc contracts we'll find there. The MRB maintains a standardized rating system, so folks like us who's trolling MercNet for jobs can weigh the risks before accepting a contract. I want to ask about something else. Sure, Commander. What would you like to know? What else can you tell me about the mechanics of space travel? I want to know it all. Well, the long answer is there's two types of space travel. Transit by dropships like ours, and travel by jump ships. Dropships travel under 1g of thrust to move from a planet's orbit to a jump point. Jump points are far outside the gravity well of the star, and so travel to and from a jump point takes most of our travel time, sometimes weeks. Jump ships, on the other hand, are like ferries. They just sit at a jump point, waiting for folks like us to latch onto their docking collar. Then we wait there for about 5 days while they spin up their jump drive. 5 days to spin up a drive? Once the jump drive is spun, popping a dozen light years across the interstellar space to another jump point takes nearly no time at all. I've heard stories about pirate points that a jump ship can use. What are those? They're bad news, Commander. Difficult to locate and dangerous to use. I've heard of people using pirate points in desperate situations or on covert missions, but it's not worth the risk of a missed jump. You won't find any pirate points on my star map, I can tell you that. Let's just avoid them. I want to ask about something else. Sure, Commander. What would you like to know? Do we always have to pay our way from system to system? Not always, no. If you check the contracts list in the command center, you'll often find employers posting travel contracts. Travel contracts are how employers attract mercenaries to their system, by paying the outfit's travel expenses. Now I know what you're thinking. Why not take the travel contract and then skip out on their mission for a more lucrative contract when we arrive? You can do that, Heatwave, but we'll be automatically get charged the cost of the jump. You know the old saying, there's no such thing as a free ride? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's still true. I want to ask something else. Sure, Commander. What would you like to know? The star map confuses me sometimes. Why does it take longer to get to one place than another when the systems appear to be the same distance apart? Yeah, that bothered me too before I joined the Academy. Turns out that in real life, space travel isn't what you see in the adventure holovids that Darius makes us watch. For starters, some stars are more massive than others. In the case of a really big star, you have to range pretty far afield to find a location suitable for a KF jump. And for us, that means a whole lot of molasses-slow sublight travel before we can even dock with the jump ship, let alone ride it anywhere. Jump ship charging times are the other half of the travel time equation. A jump ship's KF drive will take a few days to recharge after the jump. So if your destination is a few jumps away, well, you get where I'm going with this. And that's the long and short of it. Anytime we go from one system to another, we're talking about weeks of sublight travel, coupled with a healthy dose of hurry up and wait. Exactly how much determines how long the trip is going to take. What can I do while we're orbiting in system? Beyond negotiating a contract, most inhabited systems maintain a hiring hall where we can recruit new mech warriors. Be sure to take a look. You never know what kind of talent you're going to find. Most systems also have merchants that can buy and sell hardware such as weapons, equipment, and mech parts. Sometimes even fully operational battle mechs too. Our reputation with a local faction will influence costs when purchasing equipment and hiring mech warriors. The better our rep, the better the deal we'll get. and the better the mech warriors who will be willing to sign on with this. That's all for now, Sumeyer. Sumeyer? Thanks for the help. Yeah, sure, anytime. Commander Markham never really paid much attention to this kind of stuff, so your interest is a welcome change. I'm collecting stories about the crew. Tell me something about yourself. Well, I'm from a noble family, like you. We're old money. Made our fortune out in... Rasselheg? Then repatriated to the Tarian Concordat. That's where I grew up. I'm not sure if this is the kind of stuff you were hoping to hear, but we can talk about whatever. I'm not shy. Where in the Concordat are you from? I grew up in New Vanburg. It's a nice place, though, I suppose. Do you like birds? Why do you ask? Because New Vanburg is crawling with them. It's basically one big aviary. Something like 2/3 of the native fauna have feathers, flutters on the wind, and splatters its excrement across every available surface. Naturally, the original colonists adapt the feathery little monsters into the culture, and those of us who came after were kind of stuck with it. Statues, fountains, murals, you name it. Just a giant feathery pile of screeching alien birds. If the system had a motto, it'd be squawk! Cute. Maybe if I hadn't grown up with it. Where'd you learn to pilot a leopard, anyway? The Taurian Naval Institute on New Vanburg. Well, among other places. It's a big campus. The low-gravity training station orbiting Lompoc was my second home for a time. T&I flight training isn't usually open to civilians, but my parents had good credit back then, and they could name-drop Protector Calderon. That'll get you pretty far in the Condor at that. For a while, anyway. The other cadets in my class weren't especially happy sharing air with a civvy, but they couldn't say much. I was nobility, and they weren't. Everyone sort of kept me at arm's length, so I had plenty of time to concentrate on my studies. I got my certification in both dropship and jump ship operations in 4 years. I even tried working on a commercial jump crew for a while, once upon a time. The people were fun, but it wasn't for me. The ratio of flying to violent jump sickness skewed hard in the wrong direction. What can you tell me about House Meyer? You're looking at it. My parents are both gone. Blood cancer and heart disease, respectively. Both treatable, but they were out of money at that point, so into the ground they went. Ditto my brother David, who ran off to serve in the Third Succession War and never came back. That's a rough break. It is what it is. To be perfectly honest, I was never really all that close to any of them. David was 13 years older than me and had a foot out of the door before I turned 3. And my parents, well, they raised me by proxy, in the traditional noble fashion. There was no real bond there, even when I was young. None of this is to say my folks were bad people. They weren't. They were just doing what they knew. Their upbringing had been outsourced, just like mine was. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about my family. They're gone, I'm here, the end. So, you got another question? Or should we head back to our duties? Your family came from Rasselheg? It was a long time ago, but yeah. As my parents told it, they were the landowners of Pomme de Terre. It's an agricultural world, sort of the breadbasket of the Draconis Carbine. And yes, I know that Pomme de Terre means potato. My ancestors came from the planet Potato. It took me some time to accept that, but hey, here we are. I want to be from the planet Potato. Anyway, moving on. House Meyer's holdings were meager, but the value of that land was astronomical. For a minor nobility, they were really very wealthy. And then the Third Succession War broke out, and the political rhetoric got ugly. House Meyer didn't want a single part of what was happening, so my ancestors emptied their accounts and ran. As a rule, House Kruta takes a really dim view of nobles who cut and run. Words like traitor and defector start getting thrown around. In the Combine, you really don't want to be on the receiving end of allegations like that. I wouldn't be standing here today if House Calderon hadn't granted my ancestors asylum in the Konoldorat. In all likelihood, House Meyer would have been wiped out before I was even born. I'd like to talk about something else. Be my guest. What do you need? I gotta get back to it. Talk to you later, Sumai.
I'll be here if you need me.
Captain's quarters. Finances. Estimated operating costs. Normal. Bank loan interest payment, 70 grand? Good God. I don't even think the first mission is 70 grand. 12 grand for the black. Okay, 12 grand for each mech. Medusa's cheaper, but everyone's basically the same thing. 100,000 monthly. Damn. So we're spending $250,000. Almost $250,000. And we have like very basic mechs and basic pilots. Expense level. This is the current level of expenditure for your company operating costs, ranging from Spartan to extravagant. This specific level determines how far your company funds will stretch and whether morale is positively or negatively impacted. This is the current level of expenditure for your company's operating costs. It's the same thing. Reputation. So we... Interesting. Isn't that where I'm from? The logo looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I picked that as my background. I have a negative. Well, edging towards a negative reputation for them. Interesting. Oh no, wait. I can't remember. I think I've changed it to this. Yeah, I think I changed it to that. I think I was going to go there. But even still, we're still like slightly negative. We're minus on everyone. Oh no, we got 5 with you. Yeah, that's kinda sucky. Customized company. I want to put that. Where's the helmet?
Always good to see you in Ops, Commander.
Holy crap, that was like... Jeez, that was like... Oh, that was almost 70 minutes of just reading stuff here. Okay, so... Get rid of that. And we can get rid of that. Alright, so this is campaign? Truly starting. Alright. Because like I said, that way when we start making decisions and I realize how bad decisions they are, then we can just kind of load that up. And we're just kind of from the start. I'm going to call it there, guys. I was not really expecting to take that long to read and to look around. I didn't realize there was going to be that much to read. There was a lot to look at and all that. So, yeah, next time we'll kind of I guess, start the campaign actually. Because we'll have to repair the mech, pick a job. I'm not gonna buy anything. I don't think I'm gonna really refit anything. Not until I get a handle on how money works in this. Because $1 million sounds like a lot of money. If we're burning through $250,000 a month, yeah, we only have 4 months worth of float. I don't know how long I think it takes like 2 weeks just to get to the next job. Yeah, so until I kind of get a handle on the finances and all that, I kind of want to be cheap and not spend money, or not spend as much money at least. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Oh. Sorry for the relatively boring stream. We only really did one mission, and it was a relatively easy mission. I think it was only like 40 minutes. Like 40 minutes out of like over a 3-hour stream was like actual gameplay. So, but hopefully that means I'm getting a better understanding on combat, and I have a limited understanding of the metagame. So hopefully that means that moving on, then it'll start to kind of speed up and we can kind of go. But it's still going to take a little bit more time for combat and out on mission stuff to get a full grasp on. But it's complicated, but I think I understand the basics at least. Anyway, thank you so much for playing with me, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.